Hello and welcome back to Chaosbane. Last time we hunted down Kessler and he turned into the Great Unclean One and we killed him. And that was really it. Now we have to speak to Teclis to leave Null using this, I believe it's a Waystone, and we will go to Praag.
It is time, young Asrai. When I open the path, we will be transported instantly to the Waystone outside Prague.
The witch hunter is coming with us.
Of course. The fate of the Empire is at stake. Until the Harbinger is found, I'm not letting you out of my sight.
What have your agents told you of the situation in Prague?
Not all of Prague's citizens were slaughtered when the city fell. Some managed to escape the city and hide in the forest nearby. When the Chaos Army left Prague to march on the capital, the survivors returned to the ruins to bury their loved ones and try to rebuild what they had lost. But the Kislevites' suffering was far from over. When Asevar Kul was defeated, a champion of Khorne named Uthgrim Redax retreated with his war band back to Prague. Their arrival took the Kislevites by surprise. A few managed to escape back into the forest, but with winter coming on, it is unlikely they will survive.
Locating them will be easy enough. The question is, will they aid us?
The Kislevites are a proud, stiff-necked people, and they have little love for outsiders. They won't give us anything without expecting something in return.
If that is the case, so be it. Now, gather round. The winds of magic are shifting, and it is time we made our way to Prague.
Who in Ursun's name are you? What do you want?
Peace, friend. Are you the leader of these people?
Who's asking?
I am Alessa, an Asrai of the Athalloran, but I am here on behalf of the Empire.
Is that so? Well, you've come a long way for nothing, elf. You're a wizard and your damn witch hunters and go home. There's nothing for you in Prague. Redax and his warband has seen to that.
Redax is the reason I'm here. I'm hunting a sorceress who calls herself the Harbinger.
What do you want me to do about it? My people are dying. There's no food, no medicine for the injured.
I know. You and your people have suffered greatly. If you will permit me, I will go into the city and get you the things you need.
It's no use. Redax's men search the ruins every day. They get to the supplies long before you.
I would like to see them try. There is not a human born who is swifter at the hunt than the Asrai.
You don't know what you're saying, elf. You haven't seen the monsters that are loose in Prague. But if you're willing to try, far be it from me to stop you. If you can bring us food and healing herbs, then we will talk.
Alright, so we've now met the key person in Prague. I always thought it was funny how they're just Russians. It's their whole fantasy shtick is they're Russians with, like, bear cavalry. And now we'll finally get to see some new enemies, like the dogs. Not a major change, but there's something different instead of just a bunch of little Nurglings. I'll admit it does kind of suck that cultists are still the same, just red, but it's a minor thing, and it's fine, honestly. It fits the setting enough that it's all within acceptable means. I do like the weird, fleshy growth stuff everywhere. Looks pretty menacing and chaosy. I feel like my bow is the best option for these fights right now. Because it's not like I'm facing hordes like the Nurglings where there's, 6 dozen charging you at any given moment. The knives are good for getting stuck like that. But otherwise, if you look at the damage and the ricochet, I can shoot at one guy and take down 3-4 targets. That's pretty solid.
I need more time.
I'm already at 2 bloodlusts, so I can bust up these dudes whenever I need. But like always, I'm gonna save it in case there's a boss. Nah, we'll just go this way. My instinct is always to kind of evenly clear an area. But you can't always do that. Yeah, Kislev... I mean, I can't talk a lot of trash about them just being fantasy Russians, because everybody in Warhammer Fantasy is just fantasy something. Like, their real-world equivalent is woefully obvious. It's like, I can't be like, oh, that's dumb, because it's like, yeah, well, they're all kind of dumb in that aspect. Bretonnians are just the French and English put together, just hardcore Arthurian knights. The Empire, for the most part, is Germanic. You got fantasy Russians for Kislev. The Tomb Kings are just mummies. They're stereotypical Egypt. Orcs are orcs. The Lizard Men are effectively Mesoamerican cultures. Kind of all of them just sandwiched together. Elves are elves, dark elves are dark elves. The continent of Ulthuan is essentially Atlantis. Nippon is Japan, because I couldn't even name it anything different. Araby is the Middle East. And essentially Saharan Africa. Saharan Africa, but heavily influenced by the Middle East. Cathay is just China. Ind is India. the Ogre Kingdoms are Mongols, even though part of the Kurgan, which are a group of chaos worshippers, much like the Norskins, the Kurgan are also kind of a mix of Mongolians and essentially Mongolians and Norsemen. And then you got Norska, which is just Vikings. It's all very straightforward. And on one hand, yeah, it's kind of weak writing, but on the other hand, it does give them... It gave Games Workshop a very simple baseline to build off. You know, they didn't have to go too wild. Like, oh, what would Bretonnia use? Well, they're Arthurian knights, so probably a lot of knights. They have peasants and crap like that, you know. You build it from there. Oh, that's not bad. Here, I thought that bramble thing was gonna be dumb. Do wish it was a bit longer, but you know, whatever. The idea is cool. And I can work with that. I keep saying it, but I really hate the Wood Elf voice. It could be someone who's new to voice acting, but it sounds like they're trying way too hard. Like, Teclis sounds fine, but whoever they got to do this Wood Elf just... It's hard to listen to. The same can kind of go for the Dwarf Engineer. It reminds me of the main character from the Disney movie Brave, mixed with, like, groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons. Because it's not just like, oh, I'm a stout dwarf. It's like, what are you doing in my swamp? Sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger if he was suddenly Irish. But it's so heavily Irish that it hurts. And I get it's a kind of dumb complaint, but you have to hear these voices enough that you want them to not sound bad.
Food and medicine aplenty in the ruins. I filled my pack with everything I could find. Take these with Isha's blessing.
Medicine's teeth. You gathered all this with Red Axis monsters breathing down your neck? I'm impressed. This is more than I dared hope for. You risk your life for our sake, and that counts for something among my people. I'm Leonid Gorchev, and I speak for everyone in this camp when I say I am in your debt. You and your comrades are welcome here. If there is anything you need, speak to our merchant. There are shrines as well if you seek the blessings of the gods. In the meantime, I must see to my people. Return to me when you are ready, and we will speak more about this sorceress you're hunting for.
Yay, more fragments I don't know what to do with. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. If you are new, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.